Welcome to episode 37 of the Passionate Spirit podcast. My name is Tracy. You can find me as Schnüffeltier on Ravelry and Instagram, and there's a Ravelry group for the podcast. Please come over and join. There's also a blog where I put up just, links to the Ravelry group and other places where you can find me. And thank you so much for being here. I know there are a million podcasts out there, so it really is nice for you to be here. Okay. My show notes are not so full, actually, but I feel like I have a ton of stuff to show, so I'm gonna try to get this working, and I hope I will not talk way too fast, so we'll see. Okay, what I'm wearing today is my Dania shawl. It was a pattern in Interweave Spring 2014. It's by Larissa Gibson. It's a huge shawl, as you can see behind me. It's really, really, really big. I knit it with Zauberball in the colorway Schokoladenseite. And for the knit-on edge, I used Wollmeise. And I really like this. I like to wear it like, I just had it. So I have to try to get it on like that again. Because it's so long, I can tie it behind my back. And just wear it as a shrug. And yeah, that's like the way I like to wear this. And there's fuzzies flying all around. It's what it is. Okay. Knitting in the past. I actually finished something this week. I finished my Pfeilraupe. The pattern is by Alpi Alpenrose. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and it looks like this. Here's the other end. I'm not sure. The color is a little bit more vibrant in real life. I used up almost a full 150 grams skein of this. I lose, that's bad, stitch marker in my keyboard. The yarn that I used was from Handgefärbt, German hand dyer, but she's out of business, so yeah. That's my leftover. I'm gonna put it in my blanket someday. So yeah, I finished this. I tried to wear it yesterday and I feel like I look like an idiot when I do. So let's show you, because nothing is better than showing off a shawl while wearing another shawl. So you have these holes in here and you just thread your end, the pointy end, through those holes. And then you can just adjust it the way you want. And I feel like it's just meh. I'm not 100% sold on it. I don't know. I feel like it looks weird. Don't you? So yeah, it's done. It was super boring to knit because, it's garter stitch and nothing really happens. But I like it. I'm just not sure if I love it and if I will wear it. I don't know. But it's done. It's nice. If I can figure out a way to wear it without it looking stupid, I will totally wear it because I love the colors. It's really soft yarn. So yeah. I knit this with a 3.5 millimeter needle, and there's no US for that. It's just not a size that's used in the US, I think, or made or whatever. So yeah, that's my finished object for the week. Now for knitting in the present, still in my bag from Biene, I have the dandelion socks, and I did link the pattern in the Ravelry group last week because they're not called dandelion, they're called Löwenzahn, which is the German word for it. And yeah, I'm not going to spell that here, so that's my sock. It's still the first sock. I kind of lost my knitting mojo this week a little bit. And I knit the heel and I put in one of each color things after the heel, I think I have to do 1 or 2 more before I can do the toe. These will be for me, and I really, really like them. I just, like I said, I lost my knitting mojo a little bit this week, and I didn't really work on stuff until Saturday. So yeah, I hope to have at least one finished next week. We'll see. Yeah, I use gray yarn from Fisher Wolle, and the you know, the dandelions itself, themselves, dandelion things, they are different leftovers, and everything else is just my normal US 2 64 stitches. So knitting in the future. I brought it with me in the bag that my friend Martina made for me. I have my Millie vest, and I had to stop working on it because I had a problem of running out of yarn, because I was gifted all the yarn. So I finished the body of the vest. I have to do the button bands, and I have to knit around the armholes. So this is a yarn that I had. It's Lana Grossa something, and I did find someone on Ravelry who had a half skein in her stash, and I know her. I've met her at different retreats in Germany, and she sent me her half skein. You can see it's a it's a little bit lighter than the one that I used before, but I will make it work. I think I'm going to start knitting the button band with this skein because it's a little bigger, and I hope I will manage to knit both button bands with this skein and knit around the armholes with this. Or I'm gonna do the visible, you know, when you button your vest, one of your button bands is invisible because it holds the buttons, and the one with the buttonholes goes on top. So I might do the buttonholes with this one, the one that I used before, and this for the buttons, so this will be covered up when I close it, so you can't see the difference. But it's still way better than having to use a different yarn, so I'm very glad that I got that half skein, and I totally want to finish the vest now because I really want to knit the breathing space sweater, and I made a deal with myself that I'm going to finish this one first, because if I don't, I will not go back to it anytime soon, and I just don't want to have another sweater UFO laying around. So yeah, this will be worked on this week. I hope to finish it this week, because really it's 2 button bands and knit around the armholes. It's not a whole lot of work, so I can totally do that. Yeah. So, oops. That's it for all the knitting. There's no spinning this week because I didn't feel like it. But I have a lot of new stuff, like a lot of new stuff. I got 2 things in the mail. First off, I did a swap with Melanie from Bakewell Hearts. She saw that I had 2 of my needle cozies that, you know, weren't spoken for. She contacted me and asked if I wanted to do a swap. And I said, sure. I told her my favorite colors, and she just sent me stuff. And oh God, this is so beautiful. First of all, here's her beautiful card. I think that's one of her Learn to Spin boxes that you can see here. She sent me some lollipops because I love sweets. A drink. Tea because, you know, I love tea. And then, nicely wrapped, she sent me 2 sets of her gorgeous Rolex. The first ones are these. Different shades of red and orange and yellow and brown, and it's just, it's perfect for me. It really is. And the other one is greens and purples. They are both just so pretty. I have several sets of her Rolex, and I have a kind of an idea. I want to spin these all up, apply them, you know, make one yarn with this. Oh, now I have something in my eye. That's perfect. Don't ply them together, you know, just different little skeins of yarn. And then I will get a nice light gray yarn, probably, and knit a sweater in light gray with colored stripes. Or I have a pattern in my queue that would be perfect for this, and I have no idea what it's called. So yeah, I have to think about that. Now, I just want to put everything back into the envelope because I have so much more stuff to show, and I know it's crinkling. Sorry, but that's just what it is. So, that's the one thing that I got. The other thing that I got was a beautiful box of stuff because I did participate in the expat yarn swap that Nina from the Knitting Expat organized. And my partner is called Kathleen, and she sent me beautiful things. She lives at Lake Michigan. And she sent me something to play for Tim because he loves bathing, which is good because his daddy's a swimmer, so he loves water. Lip balm. A beautiful skein of Lauren's Laces yarn that I didn't take out so far. She said it's a special dyed yarn for a yarn store, and the colorway is Mardi Gras. I love it. It's purple and orange and green. It's my 3 favorite colors, so that's perfect. I cannot wait to knit these. It's the shepherd sock. I love the shepherd sock. These will be for me. Then she sent me locally produced chocolate covered cherries and coffee. A little notebook with my first initial. And in here is a project bag that she made and some really sweet stitch markers. You can never have enough stitch markers, and I tend to not have enough stitch markers wherever I am, whatever I'm working on, so these will get a lot of use. So Kathleen, if you watch this, thank you so much. It's a perfect parcel, and I really look forward to these chocolate covered cherries. Now that I showed them, I have to take a picture for the Ravelry group and for Instagram, and then I can eat those. So that's going to happen. Okay, now that's the stuff that I got in the mail, and now I have to make room for my acquisitions because I talked about this last week. There was a fabric market about 15 or 20 minutes away from here. It's been the 3rd year they did it, and it's been better and better every year. So this year it was amazing. I went with my friends. We're 6 of us. Yeah. And we had the best time. Everyone strolled around the market, and we met up afterwards, and then we got lunch together, and we just sat outside in the sun because it was so warm and beautiful, and it was the perfect day. It really was. So, and then, because it was a 2-day market thing, I decided to go back tomorrow, yesterday. I went there on Saturday with my friends, and I went again on Sunday, all by myself. My husband went with me, but he decided to take Tim for a stroll. So they went on a walk, and I went shopping, and it was amazing. And I posted a lot of pictures on Instagram of the beautiful stuff that they had on display, because they had a quilt display of the local quilt group, and it's just, oh, I fell in love with one of these, and I have to make one similar to that sometime soon. So this is my little IKEA bag, and it's full of stuff, and I'm gonna try to show it. So first of all, the first thing that I got was this mixed bag of jersey leftovers. I have no idea how big the pieces are. I don't know how many there are. I just thought that I could use it for small stuff, you know, or put it together and make a nice patchwork style sweatshirt for Tim. And this cost me €1. So yeah, very worth it. Then I got 2 of these. They're all both leftover pieces again. One of them is 72 by 44 centimeters. The other one is 41 by 54. Each €1. And this is totally going to be a sweatshirt for Tim, because it's absolutely enough. I might be able to do 2 different things. It's beautiful. So then I got a lot of, you know, scrap pieces. That's a scrap piece. It's a 1.6 meters of fabric, and fabric in Germany is 1.50 meters wide. Quilting fabric is 1.10 meters wide. So that's 40 centimeters more in width. And this is jersey. So I have 1.60 meters by 1.50 meters, and this will be a dress for myself. I really love this one. Now, let's go to the rest of the jersey. I got these 3 rolls. They each are 50 by 70 centimeters, which is enough for a shirt for Tim. So I chose these 3 fabrics. And then I think the last piece of jersey fabric that I got is this one. It's 50 centimeters by 150. And I adore it. I hope to be able to do some kind of shirt for myself with this, paired with a different colored jersey, or put it in a, I don't know, but I love it. I really like it. So that's all the jersey. Everything else in here is quilting weight cotton. So I'm gonna put that over here to make room for my cotton stuff. And I really don't know how to sit here and show everything, so I'm just gonna show it to you. Got this one. This one. Little florals. I got this roll. And it's not showing up. It's a really bright turquoise with orange and yellow. Then this one. They're all different sizes. Actually, I have no idea how big these are. I have some more rolls up here somewhere. I like this one with the apples. So, oh, there's one more roll, and I adore it. This is just so perfect. Don't you think? I love it. It's beautiful. So, everything else in here is nicely folded. So, let's start with these. I think these are 1/2 meters because they are too big for fat quarters. So, I got this one with the measuring tapes. It has centimeters and inches, and the woman who sold it, she measured it for me, and it's accurate. So, I'm going to sew needle cozies out of these. I have it in 2 different colors. And I think it will be perfect for needle cozies because you have a tape measure with you when you have this as your needle cozy. So then I got this batik and just a plain to go with it. Again, this is a super bright turquoise. Then I got this one. I got all the different things, and you don't really can see a color scheme in here because I just got everything that I liked. I don't know what to say to these. I mean, I can say and this one, but I'm just gonna shut up and show stuff. So this is a leftover piece, but I thought it might be big enough to use it for some sort of bag. It's this. That's the size doubled. But I love the fabric and I thought I might be able to use it for something. You know, for my patchwork, I really don't need a whole lot of fabric. Then I got I just realized this right now. I showed this before. It's the apples in blue and I got the same fabric in red. Or autumnal colors. I got a lot of turquoise. Then this is corduroy. Then some more florals. This is kind of shabby chic. I got this to go with it because I think that these will make a nice bag. Then I got some more batiks and this gray to go with it. And then there's only two big things left. I got one kit. It's a skirt kit. This fabric here is the main skirt. One of these is for the top, one for the bottom, and one is for the inside. So I really like this one. And they had a million of these and it was really hard to choose, but this was kind of the first one that I walked to and I stuck with that. And then I got from a place, she had a scrap bin. That's not a scrap. She had a scrap bin and it was paid by weight. And I got this fabric. It's 150 wide, like, you know, all German fabric. And this is 2 meters and 20 long. This nice gray fabric with dragonflies. And it was 20 euros. And this is going to make a beautiful dress. I love this. It's just really, I love it. This might be my favorite piece of stuff that I bought. And that's it. That's all I got. I know it was a lot, but it was all worth it. I really love everything that I got. There's not one thing in here where I think to myself, why on earth did I buy that? Nope, I like everything. And now I have to put everything back because I need the space in front of me for all the other things that I have to show. So I'm going to try to be quick. I walked around with my little IKEA tote and some people said to me, you know, these come in bigger sizes. And I said, yeah, I do. But if I get one in bigger with me, I fill the bigger one up as well because that's just, you know, how I am. And I didn't want to do that, so yeah. Don't you love it? I love everything I got. It's so beautiful. Now, I have to get sewing because I bought a million pieces of fabric, so, you know, just... Oh, and I'm wearing a black sweater when you have colorful fuzzies all over your room is just not a good idea. Now, that's it for new stuff. I do have an indie of the week this week, and it's Of course, Melanie of Bakewell Hearts. I'm gonna show you the card again. It doesn't have her shop name on it, but I will link her on the blog. It's Bakewell Hearts. She makes spinning fiber, Rolex and bats. And you can have one of her bounty boxes that are always themed and gorgeous, and her stuff is amazing and it spins like butter and you should buy it. Absolutely. Okay, now on to reading, watching. I finished my book. I finished this book. Für immer Holly Hill by Alexandra Pitts. It's the third book in a trilogy. Although she doesn't really say that she is gonna write more books, but kind of sounded like it when you read the thank you note from the author. It's the last sentence. She says, Leb wohl, Holly Hill, vielleicht sehen wir uns wieder, which basically means farewell, Holly Hill, maybe we'll see again. We'll meet again. Something like that. So, I hope she will write more books about this, because I love them. It's a time travel trilogy for young adults, and there are a ton of time travel books out there right now because it's one of the things that, work right now. But I liked her idea because it's not a person specifically, or you don't have to have a gene like you do have in the Casting Gear trilogy, the Ruby Red books. The Magische Gondel books that I read a while ago, you have to have someone to get you to a different time, a special person. And in this book, or in this trilogy, it's a whole village that travels, and whoever is in it travels with the village. So I really like the idea. It's German only, I'm sorry, but if you are German or you can read German, I highly recommend these books. They are amazing. Now that I finished this, I went back to my CC Hunter book, Shadow Falls After Dark, Unter dem Sternenhimmel. It's the second book in the trilogy. There is an English title because she is American. Where is it? Okay. English title is Eternal. It's the second book in the, I think, a trilogy. I have the third book as well, so I have to get going on this. Here's how far I am. I would say about 30% maybe. So I really want to get going on this. It's the sequel. Yeah, sequel series to the Shadow Falls Camp series that I really loved. I do like this too. It has, the same people all around, but the main protagonist is a different one than in the Shadow Falls Camp books. And I kind of liked the other one more than I like the one in here. But it's still, I like the world that she built up in her books, and so I'm reading it. I like it. It's just not as good as the first 5 books were. So that's what I'm working on reading wise. I didn't listen to any audiobooks, but I did watch stuff. I watched the second season of Rookie Blue, really enjoyed it, and I almost finished the series Forever, which got cancelled after the first season. Oops. And that's very, very sad because it's a nice series. I really like it. And yeah. It's just one of those series where you think to yourself, why on earth did they cancel it? It's perfect. It really is, but yeah, no. I don't understand it. I have 2 episodes left on that, and then it's I will be done. Now, sewing. I made my Disney mini. I'm in the Disney quilt swap. It's a mini quilt swap. And yeah, this is what I came up with. My partner, remember how I talked about how my Hogwarts swap partner said she enjoyed the magic and the adventure about Hogwarts? Wanna guess what my partner in the Disney quote swap said, what she liked about Disney? She likes the magic. Great. Again. So, again, I went with stars. Because she said she liked Tinkerbell's fairy dust and Elsa's snow and Merida's wisps. So I decided on Tinkerbell's fairy dust, kind of. I did stars. These are all applique. And then she said she liked Abu. You know, he's the monkey from Aladdin. So I made him somehow. And then it was just too empty and I decided to put in the Disney D in the empty space. So that's my Hogwarts mini quilt swap quilt top. I have to get going on both of these and finish them this week. I only have to do the quilting and the binding, so that shouldn't be a problem. And I have to decide on a backing for this one. I hope she likes it. I think it's... I like it, actually. It was fun to make. So, yeah. That's the other mini quilt that I have to get going on. And then I showed my organizer. And I finished it. This is the DIN A5 organizer by Patti Lilly, the pattern is in German only. It's a paid for pattern on Davanda. And it zips all around. I had bought a blue zipper to go with this. That was my first choice. Basically because the shop where I went to had this one or a screaming pink, and I didn't want a screaming pink, so I went with this. And then on this weekend's fabric market, I got the yellow zipper. See? Yellow zipper and a red zipper pull to go with my yellow zipper. And I love this combination. I had my sewn thing with me, and as you can see, the girl skull, she has yellow and red patterns on her face. So we decided on this. Now, I totally screwed up the binding. It looks awful, but yeah. If someone expects it that close, well, yeah. That's the front. That's the back. The spine, which is a little wonky, but yeah. This is how it looks opened up, and this is how it looks from the inside. I showed it to you, of course, before, but without a zipper and without stuff in it, so let's try. I have a million pockets in here, and I went through those last time I showed it, so I just filled up the thing, my organizer, with a few things that I absolutely wanted to have in. I have, where are we? A bookmark, because I always need those all the time. So then I have little post-its that my husband brought me back from Tokyo. Wipes for my glasses, because well, I need those. Then 2 pens, a pencil, there's another small pocket here, a little notebook, some paper clips, and what I really want to have in here that I still have to get is a little calendar for this year where I can write down some appointments. And I wanted to get one from my bank, because in Germany your bank gives you calendars at the end of the year. And we had an appointment there, and I said, you know what, you have still a calendar, and he didn't. So I have to get one, and I know it's almost April, but yeah, I want that. So I'm gonna get it. I had to sew in a endless zipper. I have no idea what they are called in English. It's Endlos Reißverschluss in German. It's just, you know, they come in a big roll and you cut off however much you need and you put in a zipper and that's it. And I used this for the first time for this thing. So on top here is where it meets, because you see. So that doesn't close any further than that. Oh, well, I can close it all the way up, actually, which is quite nice. So yeah, that's my new notebook organizer thingy. It's actually a bit larger than I hoped it would be, because I want to carry this around with me in my purse, but I think it's too big. I'm not sure. I have a really tiny handbag that I don't know. I hope it will fit in, because this will hold all the things that I need to have in here. And I have here 2 more pockets here. I have this pocket over here, 1 pocket over here. So I love this. I still think about making a big one for my knitting patterns that I carry around with me. So, and I'm going to put in a small Ziploc bag with a tiny cross stitch pattern project, because I found a pattern that I want to stitch up for a project bag for myself, and I'm going to put it in here so I have it with me. And that's it for sewing. I finished this one and I made the quilt top, but I really want to get back to sewing clothes, because I want to sew myself a skirt. And it's in this magazine here. It's the last pattern, which is good because that's easy to find. I want to make this skirt for myself. It's a really simple skirt. The pattern is in the Simplicity magazine from, oh, it's number 2, 2014, so I have had this for a while. And I actually have the perfect fabric, so, and my knot just came loose. Okay, now, I didn't cross stitch this week, so no, nothing to show. And the only thing that's left to talk about is the knit-alongs in the Ravelry group. We have 2 going on right now. There's the year-long knit-along, it's all about socks. And there's the Harry Potter along, and that is running till the end of March. So we have 10 more days to enter, and I will give away 2 prizes on the first podcast in April. So come on over to the group, join in the knit-alongs and win stuff. And I probably should say I'm only giving stuff away to people who are members of the group, because I think that's, you know, only fair. Okay, now that's it for this week. I hope to have something more to show next week. And until then, enjoy everything you do. Bye.